Commence primary ignition.
I'm just not the hero type, clearly.
What a piece of junk.
Enterprise, this is the captain.
I got a bad feeling about this.
It's all part of the plan.
Engage.
Welcome back to Podcast 2 for 1. I am your host, Donovan Thompson, with my co-host,
Corona Wingfield.
And we are back again for another Babycast of the week. And this time, yes, we are going to review Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 4.
Wow.
Shocker.
Can you believe it?
I know. It's like...
I can't believe it.
I know. And we kind of mentioned last week that we are going to start in the future batching these episodes together. So this is your last Babycast for Star Wars The Clone Wars for...
Savor it. You better
just a couple weeks.
Suck on it in your mouth as long as you can. Just get all the juices out.
Yeah, like a baby. So there's a reason why it's called a Babycast, you know?
Yeah. Words have meaning.
Words have a lot of meanings.
Breaking news.
And this episode was called... What is this episode called? I don't even know. It's called Gone with the... No, it's not. It's called Unfinished Business. Yep. So we are back again with the Bad Batch, and we are seeing kind of the culmination of the arc with Rex and Anakin Skywalker.
Although this episode has been probably the least about the Bad Batch.
It's definitely like... It feels like it's transitioned to like... We're our central characters, right?
Right.
We do have... Is it not Rex? What's the guy's name?
Rex is the main.
Yeah, but what's the guy who's plugged in?
Echo.
Yep. So this definitely has that. You know, we kind of had that tease last episode. Is Echo bad or good? And of course, they played with that a little bit, but it turns out
so far, I mean, they gave him like multiple. There was like multiple tests, or
True.
you know, like, well, we don't know if this will happen because we don't know if he's real good or not.
Yeah.
Which, I almost kind of wish that that had been more of like a subtle plot that built up rather than being so overt.
It's definitely,
you know, like more been like suspicion that's quietly being talked about, not just being like, I don't know, can we trust this guy we're talking right in front of?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you expect whenever Mace Windu is disarming the bomb that he gives him the wrong code and it blows up or something? I kind of expected that a little bit.
Yeah, I was expecting it because they were wanting us to expect it. But then when I realized why I was expecting it, I stopped expecting it, if that makes sense. I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen. And I'm like, well, the only reason we're really expecting this is because they literally like foreshadowed it overtly.
Right.
Do you think he gave him the wrong code? You know what I mean? And so I was like, well, then they probably didn't.
True.
You know?
I mean, it's, I don't know. I thought it was a really good episode.
It was fun. And I will say at the end of the episode, we really got some more...
Dark Anakin.
Yeah. And again, just more of that, like, still seeing the cracks really forming on his Jedi, you know, kind of morals and ethics.
But here's the thing, though. He's like, you know, you don't think I won't kill you, but like, I don't know. Jedi have killed tons of people up until this point.
But the prevailing idea within the Jedi is that you only kill in self-defense. That should be all that happens. Of course, the whole Clone War is a big, you know...
It feels very offensive.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're in the Clone Wars is something... But, I mean, the way they're justifying it is that they're defending the Republic, which they serve. So I see, you know, they're kind of roundabout at justifying it. It's obviously not a good idea as per the, you know... what ends up happening.
Whatever do you mean?
I don't know. But yeah. So I guess in that way, he's defenseless and he's in kind of a surrender point, and he just all he won't do is won't give him the code, right?
Right.
So he just slices off his arms.
Yeah.
To make him.
But then he ends up thrusting the saber.
Yeah.
Into
To be
his
fair,
chest.
it's after the guy like electrocutes
For some reason, I kind of expected him to like, with the saber in his chest, be like, "You're no Jedi," you know. I don't know why, like something like that. I didn't expect.
I did like when he said, "You can't kill me, you're a Jedi." He's like, he says something like, "I'm not bound by those rules."
I'm not. He goes, "I'm not." No, he says,
"I'm not beholden."
I'm not as weak as that, or something like that. He's used the word weak. And
Does
I'm
he?
That's dark side.
Oh yeah, no, it's totally is.
Yeah.
I mean, and really the thing you got to remember too about this is season 7. So this has been a slow drip feed of Anakin even getting to this point, which is really satisfying. But yeah, he's definitely like full on pre-Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Anakin, like, you know, even the longer hair, everything. It's definitely like, okay, these are the months before.
Is there a confirmed timeline of how like the distance between season 7 and Revenge of the Sith?
I'm not aware of any, but I haven't really looked it up. I wouldn't be surprised.
It wouldn't surprise me if like the last episode they probably
dated
the battle. Like the Revenge of the Revenge of the Sith starts with.
Right.
With him and Obi-Wan going to get Grievous,
Yeah, like flying off to that battle or something.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really badass.
That'd be really cool. I don't know if they'll do it, but who knows?
I'm trying to remember. They definitely do a lot, even in like season 6, pre the Yoda, and even season 5. Like, you start slowly seeing. What the other cool thing I love about Clone Wars is that you really see in like slow progression the even the art style and design changes from Clones and Republic to Empire. You probably noticed like the Bad Batch. They have straight up stormtrooper helmets,
pretty much,
but they're like spray painted.
Yeah.
They don't look like clones trooper helmets, or like the traditional clone trooper helmets. So yeah, it's. I feel like they may even do some things like season 5, season 6, where it's like directly hanging some threads that are picked up in Revenge of the Sith. I'm kind of blanking at the moment, but
I mean, it's one thing even to Revenge of the Sith is like when the movie starts, it feels very prequel, and by the end of it, it feels like that transition has happened to the Empire. We have like the muted colors and like
absolutely,
and of course what they're wearing, the regular Imperial officers, I guess.
Yep.
It was also one thing that was cool in this one, and I don't think maybe he was in the parts that I've seen. Again, I've only seen the very first season or half the first season. Mace Windu is in this one.
Oh, he's in a ton.
He has
his own arcs.
Okay.
In earlier, he's amazing. He has some
cool.
really badass. Because he just, again, you're just getting more of what you desperately wanted out of the sequels. Mm-hmm. More Mace Windu, more Obi-Wan Kenobi, like a more fleshed out Anakin, and you get all like there's multiple arcs where it's like following Obi-Wan basically as the protagonist Mace Windu for like 4 or 5 episodes in a row. He's the protagonist. Oh, it's really awesome. Yeah, you'll really enjoy those, I think.
One thing I thought, I was like, even though Mace Windu was thrown out of a window and like he's electrocuted and he's also lightsabered, his arm off, which is like the go-to fuck you apparently in Star Wars is the lightsaber.
Arm off,
is the lightsaber your arm. I always kind of like, did that really kill him?
That's been a huge speculation. I think everyone hopes it didn't. Like, I mean, everyone, and even Samuel L. Jackson has come out saying he would not be opposed to returning.
He would totally come back.
And he was, Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu. That was just one of the most perfect castings. Like, that's one of those characters that as soon as you saw him on screen, you're like, fuck, yes.
There's one of these really cool.
Him and Qui-Gon, like,
oh yeah,
those
Qui-Gon
kind of
was my
Jedi.
favorite as a kid.
The casting of like the Jedi Masters in the prequels.
Oh, they were great. Yeah.
It's just chef's kiss. You know what I mean? It's just
chef's kiss.
Yeah, it's just like
Well, there's this cool little behind the scenes thing that it's been around for a while, but I saw it floating around even recently, where Mace Windu's basically like, I should have a purple lightsaber, and George was like,
"There's only red and blue.
There's only red and blue," and then he's like, "Oh, maybe we'll make it purple." And then and then it's like that's the start of it. Maybe it is. Oh, maybe it was filmed for just behind the scenes purposes, but
apparently that seems to be the prevailing thought is that that's why he has a purple lightsaber
because he asked him
because he wanted it, and he made him give it to him.
That's really cool.
Were there any other I feel like in the whole arena scene it's only red and blue and purple,
and there might be yellow in the arena scene.
I don't think
one thing that's the thing recently in the comics
there definitely were in some of like spin-off games like Plo Koon. He's the guy that has like you would recognize him in like the comics and in some of the video games. He has an orange lightsaber, which is super cool, but I don't remember that being that way in the movie at all. But yeah, what were we saying?
I was saying, sorry, I got to text my girlfriend.
God damn it, Katie. No. God damn it.
I know. And I love you. And she,
for now.
So she, sorry, I got a provocative text message.
Whoa. You need to go like take a cold shower or something?
Not that provocative.
Well, I mean, what are you getting a provocative text message from your girlfriend? I mean, you're kind of spelling one thing out with it.
Basically, guys,
you're still trying to awkwardly transition out of this, and I'm loving it. I'm just here for
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
You were about to say something
about Star Wars.
Probably.
I'm trying to think.
Theoretically, yes.
What was it about? What were we talking about?
I don't know. Mace Windu?
Yeah. Oh, in the comics recently, in like the last like couple weeks, Luke Skywalker apparently kind of discovers more about he's going back to Cloud City to get his green lightsaber. Or no, his blue lightsaber from Empire.
Where is this taking place in timeline?
This is in between Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
And basically, he ends up getting a yellow lightsaber during this time period. So canonically, he gets a yellow lightsaber, kind of like reminiscent of Rey's, which I don't really like. But
Rey's
lightsaber, sorry, he's confused. I didn't say Rey Skywalker.
She doesn't have an orange lightsaber.
She has a yellow lightsaber.
When?
At the very end of the movie. Yellow lightsaber, baby.
When does she have a yellow lightsaber?
Are you colorblind?
No, I'm like blanking completely. When in the movie does she have a yellow lightsaber?
The very last scene. She turns on her staff is a yellow lightsaber at the end. She buries Luke and Leia. Sorry, she buries Anakin and Leia.
She has a lightsaber on her at the time?
And she ignites it at the end of the movie, and it's yellow. Mandela effect.
Okay, yeah, hold on.
It's a real thing. Look it up. You better be quick. It's a Babycast.
I'm trying. I mean, surely it's not going to be hard to find the end scene of this.
It's already out digitally, so you can go do that.
Okay, here we go.
It says ending explained.
Oh.
Ending explained, sorry about that. Daniel.
This isn't ending explained. This is just the ending.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm Rey Skywalker. It's before then.
Okay.
No, this is just the... That's the
okay there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she it's like a rotator. She flips it.
I do remember that. It
kind of looks evil, don't it? With like the prongs at the end of it.
Yeah, it's an interesting design. I mean, it's very mechanical. It looks like a lot of lightsaber designs, but yeah, it doesn't look especially friendly.
It doesn't look friendly.
I wouldn't want to cuddle with it.
I wouldn't either. So. I wouldn't want to cuddle with that either. Anyway, Star Wars, pretty good episode. The animation was great. The score was amazing.
Yep.
When I was watching, I kept thinking, man, I wonder how much money they pump into per episode. I was very curious.
That's a good question.
I would like to know that information. Yeah. If you have that information, where can you write into us, Daniel?
You can write into us at bit.ly/241
okay, send you
bit. No, I just had a slight hiccup in my brain processing.
Gotcha.
It was just well, taking a break for a minute. Not gonna think.
Brain breaks happen.
bit.ly/241 mail. That is bit.ly/241 mail.
Yes, and for all your podcast needs, go to podcast2for1.com. There you can go to anything. I can't fucking talk. I feel like I'm tired all of a sudden. Drinking this Darth Vader coffee just doesn't work. For all your podcast 2for1 needs, go to podcast2for1.com. There you can go to all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Please like and subscribe to all those. And of course, you can reach out to any podcast service you want. iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud.
We're everywhere, baby.
We're everywhere. And then on top of that,
worldwide.
The Mac Daddy of them all, go to YouTube and please subscribe to that channel because that is the best way to consume the content.
Indeed.
And we just want you to consume it the best way you can.
As always.
Yeah, of course. There is some other very exciting Star Wars news, but you'll have to go to our other episode later in the week to find out.
That's right. That is a true statement.
That is a very true statement.
Whew. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it has been a little hectic in these neck of the woods.
Yeah,
we're a little... I'm just feeling a little not... I don't know. I'm just a little I guess maybe just tired, exhausted. I feel like when your phone battery gets overcharged and then it'll only get up to 80%.
And also just fuck you, 10%.
That's what I feel like right now. I feel like I can only get charged up to 80%.
Well, Daniel,
so
my name is Donovan Thompson.
And I'm Daniel Ingfield.
And we have spoken.